Level 1. The Invisible. You are 22 years old. You work the overnight shift at a warehouse on the edge of town. Your badge has a barcode instead of a name. Your supervisor does not know you. Your supervisor's supervisor does not know your supervisor. You clock in at 10 p.m. You clock out at 6 a.m. In between, you move boxes from one conveyor belt to another for 8 hours. The boxes contain things you will never own. Televisions, furniture, appliances, clothing from brands you cannot afford. You scan them. You stack them. You load them onto trucks that drive them to neighborhoods you have never visited. You are paid $16 an hour. After taxes and the mandatory parking fee and the health insurance premium that covers almost nothing, you take home $480 a week. Your rent is $900 a month for a room in a house with 4 other men. You share a bathroom with all of them. The kitchen is a microwave and a mini fridge and a hot plate. The hot plate trips the breaker if you run it with anything else. You have no savings. You have no credit. You have a phone with a cracked screen that you cannot afford to replace. Nobody in the system above you has any idea you exist. You are a number on a spreadsheet, a line item in a labor cost projection. If you disappear tomorrow, someone else will be standing at your conveyor belt by Wednesday. Your absence will not be noticed because your presence was never noticed. You go home. You sleep through the daylight. You wake up in the afternoon and eat instant noodles. You scroll through your phone and watch other people's lives happen on a screen that cost more than your weekly paycheck. You dream of something better without being able to picture what better would look like. You are at the bottom of the pyramid. The pyramid does not know your name. Level 2. The Hourly. You got promoted. Or you got a new job. Or you got your GED and a certificate from a community college. Now you are a shift lead at a fulfillment center. Your badge has a different color stripe at the top. Your hourly rate went up by $3. You have 6 people reporting to you. They are exactly the person you were 2 years ago. You stand at the front of a morning huddle in a fluorescent lit room at 5:55 a.m. You read the production numbers off a clipboard. The numbers came from a computer. The computer was programmed by someone in an office in a different state. You announce the targets. Everyone nods. Nobody argues. There is no point in arguing. The targets are the targets, and the targets are not negotiable. You write schedules. You approve time off requests. You deny time off requests. You have conversations with people about their attendance points. You know that 3 more points means termination. You know that some of these people have children at home, and car problems, and medical issues. Nobody in the system cares about any of that. The system does not care. The system cares about throughput. You are the face of a system that does not have a face. When someone gets fired, you are the one who walks them out. You hand them their final paperwork. You take their badge. You watch them put their personal items in a plastic bag. You watch them walk through the parking lot to a car that may or may not start. You go back inside and finish your shift. You are paid $24 an hour now. You can afford your own apartment. You have a car that runs. You have health insurance that covers a visit to a clinic if something goes wrong. You are doing better than you were. You are also doing the work of maintaining a machine that grinds people down. The machine exists so that products can be delivered in 2 days. You try not to think about that part. Thinking about it does not help. Level 3. The Salaried. You have a college degree now. You finished it at night while you worked during the day. It took you 6 years. Your parents framed the diploma and hung it on the wall in their living room. You were the first person in your family to graduate. You got a job at a company that makes something. It does not matter what. Software, insurance, medical devices, consumer packaged goods. You work in an office in a business park off a highway exit. The building has a lobby with a fountain and a security desk. You have a cubicle. Your cubicle has a nameplate. Your nameplate has your full name on it and the title Associate below it. You make $62,000 a year. You have a 401k. You have dental insurance. You have 2 weeks of paid vacation that you are afraid to use. Everyone says they encourage it, but nobody actually takes it. You wear a collared shirt to work every day. You learn the language of the office. Synergy, bandwidth, circle back, deep dive, value add. These words mean nothing and everything. They are how people in offices signal to each other that they understand how offices work. You attend meetings. So many meetings. Meetings about projects. Meetings about the meetings about projects. Meetings to prepare for meetings with people 3 levels above you. Those people might show up and might not. You sit in conference rooms with your laptop open. You nod at the right moments. You speak when you are asked a direct question. You learn to never volunteer information that might make extra work for yourself. Your manager is a woman named Karen, who is 2 years older than you. She has been at the company since she graduated. She likes you because you do not threaten her. You turn in your work on time. You respond to emails within an hour. You stay late when she stays late. You leave when she leaves. You are building something here. You are not sure what. A career, supposedly. A life. A foundation. You pay down your student loans a little bit each month. You save a little bit each month. You tell yourself that if you just keep your head down, things will work out. Some days you believe it. You go out with coworkers on Friday nights. You drink 2 beers. You go home early. You wake up at 6 a.m. on Saturday because your body has forgotten how to sleep in. You date someone you met on an app. It is fine. It is not serious. Neither of you has the bandwidth for serious. You are saving for a down payment on a condo. You are saving for a ring someday. You are saving for a life you have not yet figured out how to describe. Level 4. The Manager. They promoted you after 4 years. You now have 8 people reporting to you. You still report to Karen. Karen reports to someone named Dave who runs the entire department of 60 people. You have seen Dave in meetings. He has never spoken to you directly. You have a small office now, a door that closes, windows that look out onto the parking lot. You make $95,000 a year plus a bonus. The bonus is supposedly 15% of your salary. In practice, it comes in at 8% to 12%, depending on how the company did that year. Dave decides how to allocate the pool. You manage people now. This is the thing that nobody in business school actually prepares you for. You thought managing people meant telling them what to do. It means the opposite. It means absorbing everything they bring to you. Complaints about coworkers, requests for time off, questions about promotions that you cannot answer. You do not have the authority to make those decisions. Performance issues that you have to document carefully. If you ever need to fire someone, HR will need the paperwork to approve it. You learn to write performance improvement plans. You learn the exact language that protects the company from lawsuits. You learn that your job is not to help your team succeed. Your job is to deliver results for the company. You also keep your team from quitting in numbers that would be noticed. You sit through training sessions on diversity and inclusion. You sit through training sessions on harassment prevention. You sit through training sessions on cybersecurity. You click through the slides. You take the quiz at the end. You pass with a score that is just high enough. You go back to your office. You have a one-on-one with a direct report who is crying. Her husband lost his job and she is worried about her health insurance. You do not know what to say. You say the things HR told you to say. You feel like a fraud. You go home. You pour a glass of wine. You check your work email one more time before bed. Dave sent a message at 9:47 p.m. You cannot be the person who did not respond until morning. Level 5, the director. You are 38 years old. You have been at the company for 11 years. You have been promoted 3 times. You have an office on the 4th floor with an actual view. Your door stays closed for most of the day. You have 40 people in your organization across 3 teams. You make $175,000 a year plus stock options that vest over 4 years. Your bonus is meaningful now. You fly business class on trips over 4 hours. You stay in hotels that have room service. You have a corporate credit card. You have direct reports who are managers who have their own direct reports. You are far enough from the actual work now that you rarely touch it. You review summaries of reports prepared by your managers. Your managers reviewed the reports prepared by their managers. Their managers reviewed the work done by the people who actually do the work. The information gets filtered at each level. By the time it reaches you, it has been sanitized. Problems are framed as opportunities. Failures are framed as learnings. You know this because you used to be the person doing the sanitizing. You know exactly how much is being hidden from you. You pretend not to know. If you acknowledged it, you would have to do something about it. You meet with vendors. You approve budgets. You sign off on hires and fires that your managers recommended. You attend leadership offsites at resorts where the company pays for everyone to stay in nice rooms. You eat steak dinners while talking about strategy. You do trust falls. You do personality assessments. You are a driver, or an analyzer, or an expressive. Whatever the consultant has decided the 4 executive personalities are this year, you fit one of them. You go home on Sunday night and your spouse asks how it went. You say it was fine. You do not mention that you spent 4 days pretending to care about things you do not care about. You did it so that people above you will think you are leadership material. You eat dinner. You check your email. You send 3 replies. You close the laptop. You open it again. You send 1 more. You go to bed. Level 6, the Vice President. The promotion came with a new title, a new office, and a new level of invisibility. You are a Vice President now. The company has 47 Vice Presidents. The title means less than it sounds like. It also means more than it sounds like. You report directly to a Senior Vice President. That person reports to an Executive Vice President who reports to the CEO. You are 3 levels from the top of a company of 8,000 people. You make $320,000 in base salary. Your bonus target is 40% of base. Your stock grants have increased dramatically. If the company has a good year, you make closer to $700,000. If the stock goes up, you make more. You have started to understand how wealth actually works for people like you, not through salary, through equity, through compounding, through the tax advantages available to people who have lawyers and accountants. You have lawyers and accountants now. You have a financial advisor who calls you about rebalancing your portfolio. You have a house with 4 bedrooms in a good school district. You have 2 cars. You have a vacation home that you visit 6 weekends a year. You have children in private school. You have a gym membership and a personal trainer and a therapist. You also have a couples counselor because your marriage has been under strain for 3 years. The strain is about how much you work. You work constantly. You are on email from the moment you wake up until the moment you fall asleep. You take calls on vacation. You take calls from the bleachers at your daughter's soccer game. You take calls in the car on the way to dinner. Your spouse has stopped being surprised. Your children have stopped asking. Your son is 12. He plays travel soccer on weekends. You have seen him play 3 full games this year. You have good reasons for each one you missed. The reasons do not matter to him. He stopped asking you to come around his 10th birthday. You manage a P&L of $200 million. You have 400 people in your organization. You are responsible for hitting quarterly targets that determine whether the stock goes up or down. When the stock goes down, shareholders get angry. When shareholders get angry, the CEO gets called. When the CEO gets called, you get called. You learn to speak the language of earnings calls, operational efficiencies, headcount optimization, strategic realignment. These words all mean the same thing. They mean firing people. You have fired a lot of people. You feel different about it than you did when you were a manager. You feel almost nothing now. You have signed off on layoffs of 200 people at a time. You have presented the plans in conference rooms. You have watched the numbers go up in your quarterly review. The people who lost their jobs do not exist in your world. They are lines on a spreadsheet that move from one column to another. Level 7, the C-suite. They made you a senior vice president. Then they made you an executive vice president. Then one day the CEO called you into his office. He offered you the role of chief operating officer. You accepted before he finished the sentence. You are in the C-suite now. Chief something officer, chief operating officer, chief financial officer, chief marketing officer. The titles vary. The reality is the same. You are one of 8 or 10 people who actually run the company. You report directly to the CEO. You sit in his staff meeting every Monday morning. You have a corner office on the top floor of the building. You have an executive assistant who manages your calendar with the precision of an air traffic controller. You make $1.2 million in base salary. Your bonus target is 75% of base. You receive annual equity grants worth between $3 and $8 million depending on the year. You have a driver. You have a private jet that the company leases. You can use it for business trips, which you define liberally. You have a security detail when you travel internationally. You have a personal publicist who handles your appearances at industry conferences. You sit on the board of 2 nonprofits. You sit on 1 advisory board for a venture capital firm. You are profiled in business magazines. You speak at universities. You are quoted in articles about the future of your industry. You have opinions now. The opinions are listened to. You have forgotten what it was like to say something in a meeting and have no one respond. Every word you say is weighed. Every offhand comment is analyzed. You mentioned in a staff meeting that you are concerned about customer retention in one segment. Within 48 hours, 3 task forces have been assembled to investigate. You have power. Real power. The kind of power that moves money and people and resources. You can hire someone at a compensation level that is higher than you made 10 years ago. You can fire someone with a single email. You can commission a study. You can kill a product line. You can enter a new market. You can exit a market. You can reorganize a division. You are learning the limits of that power at the same time. The board watches you. The investors watch you. The analysts watch you. Every decision is judged against quarterly results. You can do whatever you want as long as the numbers keep going up. The moment the numbers stop going up, you are vulnerable. Level 8, the CEO. The previous CEO retired. The board conducted a search. They interviewed candidates from inside the company and from outside. You were one of 3 finalists. The board chose you. You are the chief executive officer now. Your compensation package is $18 million in the first year. Most of it is in equity. If the stock performs well, you could make $40 million or more in subsequent years. You are 52 years old. You have been working toward this moment for 30 years without always knowing it. You sit at the head of a table in a boardroom on the top floor. The building has your company's name on it. You report to a board of directors made up of former CEOs and investors. The board also includes academic and nonprofit representatives. Their presence signals to the world that the company takes governance seriously. The board meets 4 times a year. In between board meetings, you run the company. You have 12,000 employees across 14 countries. You have annual revenues of $4 billion. Your market capitalization fluctuates between $25 and $40 billion depending on the quarter. You have factories and distribution centers and research labs and retail operations on 4 continents. You wake up at 5 a.m. You read a daily briefing prepared by your chief of staff. Market news, industry news, competitor news, employee news that reached a threshold of significance to be included. You work out with a trainer for 45 minutes. You eat breakfast prepared by a chef who comes to your house 3 days a week. You are driven to the office. You arrive at 7:30. You are in meetings from 7:30 until 7 p.m. You take a 20-minute break for lunch that you eat at your desk while reading memos. You make decisions all day. Some of them affect thousands of people. You approve the acquisition of a smaller company for $800 million. You approve the closure of a factory in a town where your company has operated for 40 years. 1,200 people will lose their jobs. You understand that these people have families. You understand that the town will be devastated. You also understand that the factory is no longer profitable. Keeping it open would hurt the company's performance. The board would not approve it. You sign the order. You go to dinner with a client. You laugh at his jokes. You go home. You sleep for 5 hours. You do it again. Your wife has not been your wife in any real sense for about 8 years. You are still married. You still share a house. You appear together at charity galas and on vacation photos that get posted for the holidays. The intimacy you once had disappeared somewhere during your second stint as an executive vice president. Neither of you talks about it. Neither of you has the energy to fix it or end it. Your therapist says this is more common than most people realize at your level. You believe him. You have 2 children who are grown now. Your son works in consulting. Your daughter lives in another city and calls once a month. She was the one who caught you working on Christmas morning when she was 12. She has not fully forgiven you, and you understand why. Level 9, the owner. You started a company 30 years ago in a garage. Or you inherited a company from your father who inherited it from his father. Or you bought a controlling stake through a leveraged buyout 25 years ago. You rode it through 4 economic cycles. The path does not matter. What matters is that you own it. Not options, not grants. Ownership, controlling stakes, voting shares, the actual thing itself. You have a net worth somewhere between $2 billion and $15 billion. You are on lists that list the wealthiest people in the country. You do not pay attention to the lists. The lists are for people who care about lists. You do not care about lists. You care about control. You have a CEO who runs your company day to day. You have a family office that manages your investments. You have an estate planner who works on the structures that will pass your wealth to your children. You have lawyers who specialize in tax law in 3 jurisdictions. You have a philanthropic foundation that distributes $100 million a year to causes that align with your values. The foundation bears your name. Buildings at universities bear your name. A wing of a hospital bears your name. A scholarship fund bears your name. You have shaped the physical landscape of several cities through your giving. You also have shaped the political landscape through your giving. You donate to candidates from both parties who understand the importance of certain policies to your industries. You fund think tanks that produce research supporting those policies. You attend conferences in Davos and Aspen and Sun Valley. People who think like you gather there to discuss the state of the world. You have a private plane. Actually, you have 3 private planes. One in the United States, one in Europe, one in Asia. You have homes on 3 continents. You have a staff of 40 people who maintain your various properties and handle your various affairs. You are free in ways that most people cannot imagine. You are also trapped in ways most people cannot imagine. Every relationship is complicated by your wealth. Every friend has an angle or is suspected of having an angle. Your children have grown up in a world where they have never experienced consequences. 2 of them are fine. One of them is struggling in ways that no amount of therapy has been able to fix. You wonder sometimes what your life would have looked like if you had stopped at level 7. If you had enjoyed the money without pursuing the next thing. You do not think about it for long. People like you do not stop. Level 10. The invisible hand. You are not on any list. Your name does not appear in newspapers. Your face is not known to the public. You do not give interviews. You do not tweet. You do not attend Davos, though you are aware of what happens there. You operate at a level that most wealthy people do not know exists. You control a pool of capital so large that the decisions you make move markets. A phone call from you can raise the interest rate on a country's debt. A meeting you take can determine whether a new technology gets funded into existence or dies as a prototype. You have influence that cannot be measured in dollars. You have influence that shapes the world. There are maybe 50 people on Earth who operate at your level. You know most of them. You went to school with some of them. You vacation occasionally with a few. You compete with all of them in ways that outsiders would not recognize as competition. Your homes are not listed in any registry. Your primary residence is a compound that does not appear on satellite maps. Your transportation does not follow public itineraries. Your children attend schools that do not publish enrollment. Your meetings happen in rooms that have been swept for listening devices. Your communications are encrypted. You learned these habits not from paranoia, but from necessity. You are older now. Your knees hurt when you walk downstairs. Your eyesight has begun to fade. You wear reading glasses that cost more than a working person makes in a month. It does not matter. Money stopped mattering 3 decades ago. What matters now is legacy. What matters now is what you leave behind. You are writing a will that will affect generations of people. You are structuring trusts that will outlive you by 200 years. You are choosing which institutions will carry your name into a future you will not see. You sit in a garden on an estate in a country you have called home for 20 years. The garden was designed by a landscape architect whose name you do not remember. A gardener tends it every day. You watch the light change as the afternoon turns toward evening. You think about a boy you knew in school 60 years ago. He was smarter than you. He did not have your drive. He became a teacher. He died 5 years ago of a heart condition. You read his obituary in a small-town paper that a researcher sent you. He had 3 children and 7 grandchildren. The obituary listed the names. You wonder if he was happy. You wonder if the question even makes sense. You do not know whether you have been happy. You have been busy. You have been successful. You have been powerful. Happiness was not among the metrics you tracked. You have a son who runs part of your empire now. He is competent but not visionary, and you have made peace with that. Your daughter runs the foundation. She is the one who understands what matters, though she will never say so directly. You have 6 grandchildren. You know their birthdays. You do not know their favorite foods or the names of their friends, and it is too late to learn those things now. You wrote letters to each of them, sealed in envelopes, to be opened after your funeral. You do not know what you said in the letters. You wrote them in a single afternoon 3 years ago, and you have never looked at them again. Somewhere right now, a young person is walking across a warehouse floor in a city you have never visited. Their badge has a barcode. They have no idea you exist. They have no idea that the decisions you make affect the price of their rent. They do not know the name of the fund that owns their employer. They do not know the name of the fund that owns the fund. They do not know your name. They never will. And you are connected to them in ways that neither of you can fully understand. You are at the top. They are at the bottom. The pyramid stands because of both of you. It has always stood. It always will. The cycle continues.
वीडियोस बनाने हैं फिल्मोरा है ना।